What's up, everybody? It is your boy Baddog back with another New York Giants video. Before we get into the meat and potatoes of the video, if you guys would be so kind to follow me on Instagram and Twitter. I'm trying to grow both of those social media sites just because you don't always get the notifications here on YouTube. You guys can follow me. Links are in the description. I will follow you back. Instagram is going really fast. I really appreciate it. You guys can follow me on both formats. I will follow you back. Like I said, just trying to grow those two media outlets in case you don't know that I'm live on YouTube. Only 9% of notifications are responsible for my viewers, so obviously YouTube is not doing the best job of sending them out to my subscribers. And if you haven't subscribed to this channel, do me the honor, please hit that subscribe button, ring that bell, leave a comment, share it, like the video, all that good stuff. Thank you so much for watching. Still basking in the glow of yesterday's victory over the Philadelphia Eagles. I woke up this morning and I said to myself, wow, that wasn't a dream, that actually happened. It is unbelievable how our third win of the season could actually feel like a playoff victory. It has been so long since we beat the Philadelphia Eagles. It seems like it's been 8 years rather than 8 games. We've had a number of games where I felt like we could have beat them and we let them off the hook and they ended up coming back and winning. Yesterday we slammed the door on them, didn't allow them to come back, and that was one of the best victories we've had in a few years. Without a doubt, it feels good to beat a division rival outside of Washington, and Dallas hopefully is next. Dallas is not a good team, especially without Dak Prescott. Another team that we probably could have beat earlier in the year. We'll cross that bridge when we get to it. But big wins for the Giants back-to-back. Doesn't seem like anybody wants this division, but maybe the Giants do. Maybe the Giants with a couple of wins in a row against the division rivals. We want this division. Maybe they want to come up and grab this thing, grab the glory in a really, really bad division. We have the bye to get healthy. Hopefully Xavier McKinney can come back against the Bengals and produce in this defense. It'll just give us a little bit more depth. He's very versatile, and I'm sure, most like other Giants fans, I'm very excited to see what he brings to the table, without a doubt. But we cannot take the Bengals lightly. They're a good young team. Joe Burrow is a really good quarterback. Joe Mixon was injured, I believe, yesterday. I don't know what his status is going to be in a couple weeks, but obviously he's pretty difficult to handle. T. Higgins is also really good. So the Bengals are not somebody we can take lightly, and we can't have a letdown off the bye after we just won back-to-back games in this division. We're not 3-2 in the division, and the Giants do have a chance at it. Philadelphia's schedule is very, very strong, these last few games. So we'll see what comes of it. But we just got to take care of our business and let the chips fall where they may. Brings me to the point of this video. Dave Gettleman. Dave Gettleman has been bashed with good reason for the last 3 years here. The Giants have been a poor product, and there's no doubt about that. He's taken heat for a lot of the moves he made. Saquon Barkley, a lot of people didn't like that we took a running back second overall. He's been hurt. He obviously has just a ridiculous amount of talent, but talent doesn't do you no good when he's sitting on the bench. So hopefully that can stop, but that doesn't look like a good pick. The Al Ogletree move was a disaster. Nate Solder hadn't played really well. The DeAndre Baker draft pick is obviously horrible now. RJ McIntosh can't get on the field. BJ Hill's been inconsistent. Daniel Jones, what do we really have with Daniel Jones? There's a lot of things that people have complained about with good reason. I know I can honestly say I stuck up for Gettleman for the first couple of years, and I think after the San Francisco game, at that point, I said I can't stick up for him anymore. It was getting very difficult at that point. When the Giants lost to San Francisco to their backups the way they did, I thought maybe this team was going to fall off a cliff, and at that point, it looked like we were going to be just a really, really, really bad team. You credit Joe Judge and this coaching staff, who've done an incredible job of taking a team with a lot less talent than a lot of their opponents and competing every week. And now we're trying to find a way to finish these games and winning them. Building that culture, getting that confidence, learning how to win is big in the NFL for this really, really young team. But you got to give Dave Gettleman some credit. I know people don't want to do that. Even Andrew Thomas at the beginning of there, man, that looked terrible. But Andrew Thomas, the last 3 games, played really well. Shane Lemieux has done a really good job since he's come in there and run blocking. Since Shane Lemieux has come into the foray here to start, the New York Giants running game has been a hell of a lot better. Matt Parrott looks like he can play. His offensive line is starting to build a really good cohesive unit, and they're playing much, much better. Without a doubt, this looks like a much better football team. The free agents that Gettleman brought in here have been nothing but spectacular. James Bradbury, they're one of the best cornerbacks in the league. Blake Martinez has been an absolute beast. Kyler Fackrell's had his ups and downs, but he's had a lot more ups than he has downs. I mean, this team played a lot better on defense than we ever could have imagined. And Dave Gettleman's got to be partly responsible for the coaching staff that the New York Giants fans were very, very excited about, and with good reason. You see what Joe Judge is doing. Jason Garrett has opened up the playbook, and the Giants look like a completely different team on offense. Patrick Graham's defensive scheme has been amazing. He's definitely utilized these players' strengths. Outside of these couple of drives, where we have letdowns or we have given up the big play, that kind of has to stop. But this team overall has done a pretty good job on defense, way ahead of where I thought that they would be. But you got to give Dave Gettleman some credit, man. It is really unbelievable that, and I'm an impatient guy. I completely admit that. I want immediate results. It's just me. I want instant gratification, and that's just not the way it works in the NFL. And that, that's just me, though. That's my personality. That is how I am. But looking back at everything that he's done, it just took a little bit longer than I wanted it to, and maybe that a lot of the fans thought it would. This is, the second year of a rebuild. That's really what it is. The first year, I will stand by the fact that I believe ownership had a lot to do with the Saquon Barkley pick, and that they were trying to win for Eli Manning, and that was why he came in here. I don't know if Gettleman was really the guy solely responsible for Saquon Barkley, so I'm not going to say he was. I don't even know how much of Daniel Jones was really Dave Gettleman. I'm not really positive. But Dave Gettleman did address big-time needs in this draft, which was our offensive line. You've taken a running back, you've taken a quarterback, and now you have to protect those guys and open up holes. And we see what Wayne Gallman is doing here. If Gallman and guys like Alfred Morris can run for big gains, and this offensive line is doing a good job for them, can you imagine Saquon Barkley behind the offensive line, especially with another year under their belt and the opportunity to build that cohesive unit? Obviously, I believe that this was stunted because we did not play any preseason games. It's a very good possibility. But Andrew Thomas seems to be coming around. Shane Lemieux looks like he could be a good run blocker for sure. Matt Parrott's definitely played pretty well. And, like I said, the other guys that he brought in have been absolutely spectacular. So I do believe that we need to give Dave Gettleman credit. I said before the Eagles game even started, if the New York Giants didn't win another game the rest of the year but were competitive, I do believe Dave Gettleman is coming back. If the Giants continue to win games, if the Giants even finish 6-10, which is where I thought they would finish at the beginning of the year, and I said I just want an improvement, that would actually be a successful season. It really would, compared to what we've been. You wanted to see improvement. You wanted to see these guys get better, and that is happening against a very, very brutal schedule. There's no doubt about it. Now, yeah, we've lost these games. The only games that we've won have been within our division, but we were right there with the Rams. We were right there with the Bears. We played the Steelers very tough for 3 quarters. The Steelers were undefeated. That was the first game of the season. We played them tough for 3 quarters. Had the Bucs beat, probably should have ended up beating them, didn't. And, like I said, we've been in every one of these games. This is a team that fights. This is a team that has a lot of character. This is a team that has a lot of guts. And even though they're outmanned probably in a lot of areas, they are very competitive, and that is personality of their head coach. I always say the team takes on a persona of their head coach. Pat Shermer was lazy and stupid, and that's kind of the way the Giants played. They would get punched, and that was the end of it. This team punches back. And, I like the way that they play. I like the way that they fight. And again, I believe that Dave Gettleman does deserve some credit. I mean, we're quick to bash him. We're quick to bash everybody. But when you know me, guys, I am definitely critical of players and coaches and whatever when they need to be, when I feel like I need to be critical of them. But at the same time, when I feel like they deserve some credit, I want to make sure to come out and give them credit. I think that you're seeing this team start to turn the corner. Like I said, the game against the Eagles was huge, but we have to see how they come out against the Bengals. You don't want to have a letdown. The New York Giants have to come out of that bye week, and they've got to smash Cincinnati into powder. That is what they have to do. They have to go out there. They got to run the ball down the throat. They got to get another win. They can't have a letdown. I think as important as this Philadelphia game was, I believe the next game against the Bengals is every bit as important to see how the Giants respond after the week off, after a big win against Philadelphia. You don't want to have a letdown at that time, because if you have a letdown against the Bengals, it's going to take you back. You're going to lose all the momentum, and it knocks you back a peg. Keep building on the momentum. Don't go back to square one. Don't lose all the momentum you have beating the Washington football team and the Philadelphia Eagles. But to me, I believe Dave Gettleman deserves some credit. I believe that if the New York Giants play at this level for the rest of the year, Dave Gettleman will be back here in 2021. I know some of you don't want to hear that, but that's truly what I believe. But hey, let me know what you think in the comments section, man. As always, I appreciate you watching. I always look forward to hearing your opinions. Do you want Dave Gettleman back here in 2021? Do you think Dave Gettleman has done enough to keep his job? Do you think that his draft picks are now starting to come around? Or do you believe that we can win with these guys in the future? As always, thank you for watching. Let me know what you think in the comments section. Enjoy the rest of your Monday. It's the Bad Diggity Dizzle, and I am gone. Peace!